Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review, and today we are going to be winding the clock back a little bit to the modern era, the beginning of the 21st century, to 2008. We're going to be looking at Scarlett, the counterintelligence officer. This is the 25th anniversary version of Scarlett, or the pilot Scarlett, as she is known amongst collectors. Very cool version. I have been chasing this one for a while, and finally managed to get my hands on her at a very, very good price. I have, can I say, the classified series to thank for this, because it is starting to bring the prices down on the 3 3/4 inch and 4-inch G.I. Joe. I'm starting to notice this in a trend. My backdrop is falling over and knocking down my action figure. Great. So there's a little trend in this. So the bubble is burst, or is deflating, I should say, as the Joeflation has finally come to starting to come to an end. You're starting to see the army builders, the prices coming down on those, but people are going after the classified figures now, so it's bittersweet in a way. For people who are buying the smaller action figures, it's great. It's a buyer's market right now, but as far as a seller's market, it stinks, because you're not getting those high dollar sales that we had 10 years ago. But anyway, I'm not talking about Joenomics. We are talking about Scarlett. She's a very popular action figure amongst collectors, and this is a very unique version of Scarlett. I have never seen one ever like this one before. They were really thinking differently. I want to get away from thinking outside the box. Oh, that buzzword drives me insane. They were using creative thinking with this character, and they hit a home run with this design. And I like the way they went with this. They got away from her leotard look and gave her something a little more practical, something that she would be wearing as she's going out on a mission. She'd be flying in a jet and parachuting out of that said airplane to go behind the lines to infiltrate an area occupied by Cobra. So anyway, whatever your imagination wants to go with this action figure, that's where this will take you in this design. And it's sad that we didn't see anything more like this, anything more creative along these lines with even Lady J or even the Baroness. So without any further gum flapping, let's go ahead and take a look at this pretty unique action figure. Here we go. All right, here we go. Scarlett, the counterintelligence officer, I should say, of the G.I. Joe line. Here is how she would have looked on the package. Clipped right off the card back. I do remember she was right at the beginning of the series, so they had on some of the card backs, the little silhouette of upcoming Joes, and they had a silhouette of her on there in this pose. And then a few months later, or the next release, they had this Scarlett, and I had never seen her out on the shelves, out on the pegs, so I never had an opportunity to snap her up. Otherwise, I would have. So let's go ahead and read this really quick. Try to get the glare off the card here. It reads, Counterintelligence, codename Scarlett. File name, O'Hara Shauna M. A little Gone with the Wind reference. Aliases, Glenda Jane Mulligan. Primary military specialty, intelligence. Secondary military specialty, pilot. Birthplace, Atlanta, Georgia. Another callback to Gone with the Wind. Serial number RA242967434. Grade E5. She is only a sergeant. She has been a sergeant all these years. You would think after all this time that they would at least make her a second lieutenant. Then middle paragraph reads, Scarlett first learned martial arts from her father and 3 brothers, who are martial arts instructors. She began her training at the age 9, where she was awarded a black belt at age 15. She graduated summa cum laude from 2 Ivy League universities. Oh, she's an overachiever. And went to excel in training courses at all 4 branches of the armed forces. Oh my gosh, she is really an overachiever. The Cobra organization often mistakes her for just a pretty face rather than a member of the elite G.I. Joe team, which makes her perfect for undercover missions in which she uses various aliases. She is a naturally gifted pilot who has flown in some of the most advanced military aircraft in the world, and is one of the G.I. Joe team's helicopter pilots. And reads here, quote, beauty may be only skin deep, but lethal goes to the bone. Oh my gosh. She's smart, beautiful, and deadly. She is not only smart, but she is ultra intelligent. Man, this woman does it all. I just love how they beef up their file cards and make them overachievers and everything. All right, so she comes with several accessories. First off, let's take a look at this helmet. It's kind of a soft plastic. It's done up in blue. Has that's why I never made it as a surgeon. See, I keep on dropping stuff. Okay, so we won't look at the helmet. It just fell into the vortex of my studio floor. Yeah, well, I'm lucky. I swear there has to be a vortex in here, because I had dropped Ricondo's backpack years ago, and I swear I cannot find it anywhere. it just gone, disappeared. So anyway, it has these painted on goggles on this blue kind of understated helmet. Oh, flipping her around, she comes with this detachable parachute pack, which I'm really surprised about this. Very nice, tiny backpack, kind of a throwback to the beginning days of G.I. Joe in '82, the tiny backpacks that they had for Grunt and Short Fuse. This is a very tiny, well designed parachute pack. Very nice sculpting on it. Or this is, no, I'm sorry, it's a standard backpack. This isn't a parachute pack at all. Here's the bedroll that goes right up around the top, and you can see that there's buckles and straps on this. Very nice. And it has a peg that slots right into her back. Then looking, before we look at the action figure herself, she comes with her signature crossbow. The crossbar does detach with the cord or the string, and you just hook that right into with the notch onto the crossbar there and hook it in to the back. This does look like a real world crossbow, actually. This would be like a 50 or 60 pound crossbow. Self-cocking, you would just pull down on this lever here, and that would cock it, and you would slide the bolt right into the top here, and you could see that there is a sculpted in bolt right along the rail. We'll just get that out of the way. See, they have a bolt already sculpted in there. It's not an arrow. It's a big difference. This is a bolt. It's very tiny. And you can also just use this as a pistol too if you lose the crossbar. She comes with a pistol. This looks like it would be a 1911 45 or even a 9mm Browning. But I'm thinking it's more along the lines of a 45. This one has a little stress fracture on it. There is no holster for her to carry that. Now, looking at Scarlett herself, her body armor does not come off as it does in the later generations. Her face is painted on. You see the red hair and kind of a darker skin tone, almost tan. She very nice paint applications on her face. They painted her eyes blue, if you could see that. Little mist paint here on underneath her hairline there, but her hair is pulled back, and it's tied up so it would fit right underneath her helmet. This is a flotation device underneath her flight vest. She does have a knife sculpted on to her leg here, and she is wearing a blue leotard, so we still have that on there. And she has a pistol sculpted on here as well, and this is a parachute harness that she is wearing. In later years, this would all be able to come off. And here on her legs, I do not know the names of these. They're not gators, but I used to know the name of them, but these leg coverings, you can see that they have little pouches on them that cover up her boots. She's wearing blue boots, and she does have her white gauntlet style gloves and her signature throwing stars, and she is missing a crossbow on her leotard. And they did take the time to paint underneath, even though they did cover this up with this non-removable design web gear. The leotard is silver, so they really spent a lot of time with the paint applications on her. And of course she came with the figure stand with the embossed raised up G.I. Joe logo on there, and it says codename Scarlett. So there you have it, folks. A very unique version of Scarlett, to say the least. One of my favorite versions of Scarlett. As I had aforementioned, one I had been chasing down for a while, and I'm glad that I finally found her at a very good price. I am a self-proclaimed tightwad, so I was not going to spend the $35 to $50 that people were asking for her 5-6 years ago. It was stupid pricing on this. I have an example of a crossbow. This isn't exactly like the one she would carry. So this is, this doesn't have the handle that'll cock down, but this is a small but effective, very effective crossbow. This is actually a 50-pound crossbow, meaning this has 50 pounds of thump to it. You simply pull back on there, push it forward, and then take your bolt. There it is. Your bolt. Slide it right along, and it's seated right on that rail. This does have a safety. Here I go as I sweep it across my face like an idiot, but it has a safety on there, and if that shows up, little safety switch. Now it's ready to fire. You never want to dry fire one of these, because you can break the cord, break the string on this. So this is a very effective weapon. I have a box loaded up and ready. There you go. Very effective. This has almost a hair trigger on it. Very easy to fire. Very lightweight. This is carbon fiber. But so that's something like Scarlett would carry. Yeah, really enjoy that. Target practice with that quite a bit. In the backyard, have a straw target set up in the backyard that I target practice with. And here in the house, I have a box with very thick foam, styrofoam in it, that I just fired that into. So it is safe. So anyway, yes, just so happened that I had that out today. Just ironically, the two happen to correlate. I was out plinking with that today, just a little recreation. So crossbow and Scarlett, that's her signature weapon. And I can't believe I swept that across my face like that. Stupid me. But anyway, the safety is very effective on that, but you never want to trust them. My finger was nowhere near the trigger. But yes, this is a bear to string. I had to tie a cord around this that is on a pulley system. Then I had to pull that back like with 50 or 60 pounds of pressure just to bend this bar back, which is already bent, and through just to get this. Yeah, they are a bear to string. Just ask anybody who. Just give you an example. Here's a spare crossbar. Just look at the curve. Okay. Having to bend this into this. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was an undertaking. I actually had to set it down on the floor and put my feet through and pull back on the string with one hand, and with the other run the line through, or the bowstring. And yeah, anyway, so a little tutorial behind crossbow stringing and Scarlett and all that other good stuff. And it's like 2 a.m. when I'm shooting this, so I'm just blah 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 blah. I work nights, people, so this is 2 in the afternoon for me. So anyway, you guys, you take care, okay? We will see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If so, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I'm very happy to hear from you guys, and down in the comment section I do answer back. It's the favorite part of the show is hearing back from you guys. Please feel free to let me know your opinion on this action figure. Or if you had Scarlett, the original one, or any version of Scarlett that came out over the years. I'd like to hear from you about this, or just anything G.I. Joe related. What your latest pickups that you had, any finds, recent purchases, anything. Just like to hear from you guys. And be kind to yourselves. You deserve it. And be kind to everyone around you. You never know what kind of day somebody's having. A little ounce of kindness goes a very, very long way, especially if someone's having a rough day. It just makes things go a lot easier for everyone. especially the recipient of your nice gesture. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So, until next week, this is Joe Motion Videos 82 saying, we'll see you later. And if you have a complaint, just pull the pin and wait for your answer. This isn't a real grenade. This is a toy. It looks real though, doesn't it? Very cool. I picked these up online. I have it filled with clay shot for my slingshot. But yeah, they look real. Complaint department, pull pin. Yeah. So anyway, just part of a costume I'm working on. So anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.